Good evening, folks. Red County Blue Nation. West Cliff, Colorado. West Cliff, Colorado, great states of Americans. Stephen Rourke, Mike Boring on the console. James McMahon in the co-pilot seat. Jimmy, how you doing, buddy?
We're doing good. We've got a little bit of taste of winter.
You look cold.
I was very cold. Haven't been here very long. Been working in a cold house. No heat. Just trying to help folks get their plumbing and some electrical stuff done.
Now you come into the garage, 53, 55. It's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Should have worn my bikini. Yeah, I don't think so, but no, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, the cattle are having to figure it out. They're not all haired up. It's been pretty mild. Some of them are pretty slick yet. Now it's getting colder, like, might ought to get some hair on them.
Yeah, more feed.
Yeah, dang sure more feed, and price of cattle's crazy. But
I don't know anything that the price ain't crazy.
I know it. Boy, it's all. I mean, even the poisonous food, they got a price on that.
Yeah,
But it is what it is.
Inflation, runaway train, baby.
They've got fires out in Oklahoma and eastern Colorado and Kansas, and pretty bad deal out there. Burn up some cows, and they can't find some cows, and they had the big old tractors with 40-foot discs. I mean, they were blazing some trails, going right into it.
Been there and done that. I did not with the disc, but the 40-foot harrow, I've done it. We let them hay meadows on fire out to the boyers, and it didn't scare me none. All the fire department shows up. Oh, guy, you're
gonna burn the whole world.
You started the fire. Well, I did on purpose too. Shit.
Yeah.
Act like it's a mistake. Hell, I'd done it on purpose.
Yeah, we got this. Anyways, out there that wasn't, and there's fires. I mean, there's a bunch of them.
I suppose if you figure out and your tractor starts where it can't get enough oxygen that it starts to die, then you might be in trouble otherwise.
Well, no, they'll run in and then run back out. These old boys ain't playing. They're there to win, and
it's not their first day.
no, it ain't their first rodeo.
And the thing about that country is if you don't, that's what the libtards don't understand. Oh, cattle are bad, and we got to let this grass grow up. Well, that's what makes fire hazard. If you keep it trimmed down and you keep it ate off, then when it lights on fire, it don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it burned some structures, and
well,
it got on a lot of stuff. But man, when you got 50 to 70 mile an hour
winds. If you really
winds,
want to talk about what's bad, talk about the guys that are steering the storms. That's what the problem is, folks. It's
right.
the manipulation of the weather. Oh, we're going to shut off the power lines because, well, you've never shut the power lines off before and never had to worry about it, so that's just part of the ploy, too.
Yeah, but California does it.
Get used to being without power. We'll just shut the power off anytime we feel like and blame it on a natural event that we caused. So much bullshit. I mean,
It's the control factor.
I have no humor whatsoever.
No, I don't either. I just feel bad for the cattle and the ranchers and all that stuff. Boy,
Well, you better be willing to take care of yourself. I mean, if you think somebody else is going to take care of it for you, that's what happens. Shit goes astray and you lose it. I mean, I'm not saying that them guys didn't suffer some losses, but a lot of them guys that turn them cattle out on winter wheat and then go to Scottsdale to the coffee shop. So I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for somebody that's not taking care of their business.
well, you're more in depth on that than I am, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, there's little guys that are doing the best they can, and they might get caught up in it, but a lot of that is, well, that's what happens when you don't maintain what you have. You think you can do it from 1,000 miles away on your cell phone and get you some wetbacks to move the electric fence and whatever. Hell, that's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of fires. I mean, if people have a fire app, boy, if they look that up, doesn't look good at all.
I can't remember who I was talking to today. They said there was 1,500 acres down in Lamar or Los Animas. No problem down there. Them big discs or whatever cut them fire lines when it came to it, and it just went out.
If they can get it before the wind gets on it.
If you can get ahead of it, but you got to have more than just like 3-4 passes. You need about a good half mile of turned up dirt
Yeah.
to keep a fire break. I mean, 300-400 feet, them embers will jump across, but especially in that dead grass, man. That 3-foot dead grass. Yeah, with the wind floating them embers.
Yeah, you'd have to get way ahead of it.
I mean, it's just like it's not quite like the pine trees because it don't have the sap with the pine cones and stuff.
Right.
But
it's got plenty of energy in it.
It's almost it moves faster.
It does.
Yeah.
You could see these. Big old fire-nados. I think that's what they were calling fire-nados or something like that.
Sounds like it's a sci-fi channel.
Yeah. But no, you could.
Oh yeah, that's a hell of a lot of heat coming off them.
It's wicked. Just cooked cattle, torched them. Don't want to see that. I think back of what Australia went through when all them people were starting all them fires in Australia, trying to kill all the cattle and everything.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. Who knows that somebody didn't start these? Just like all the fires they started in Canada and all that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if there's a libtard out there that started it.
Well, the scripture says God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and these people are so against cattle, and cattle actually do a lot of good for the planet.
They really do.
So the asinine stuff that's going on, it's just really good against
It's okay for you to fart, but by God, a cow better not.
Man. Grievous time we live in, but anyways, we're going to get through it one way or the other.
So now I heard they want to bring beavers in here.
They've been trying to do that. The libtards are, we need the beavers up in here.
Wait till I figure that out. I was talking to one of my neighbors. They flew a drone from Schoolfield to the RV park. There's 12 beaver dams in there.
Yeah.
And they try to say, well, it's good for it helps the ground. No, it doesn't, because my friends, they get their water called. Oh, you got to turn that water down. Well, it never gets there. So they don't get it, and neither does the people that it belongs to. Because the beavers are just going out on ground that it's not decreed for. So none of that, it makes any sense. That's libtard politics. There's nothing about
again, when you're introducing wolves and then trying to get handicapped people up in the woods, that's the kind of sense it makes. If you don't understand, it's people first, top of the food chain. Everything else is somewhat after that. But we still want to keep them intact and keep them around. We don't want to eliminate them, exterminate everything. Although I'd like to exterminate mosquitoes and flies. But at the end of the day, it's called stewardship, not sustainability. Stewardship. But yeah, I've seen a bunch of those. I've seen a bunch of the beaver dams. It's cool to me. It's nice, but it doesn't function.
They're fascinating, no question.
But,
they're
but
cool.
One of the things people don't realize, if you've ever heard of beaver fever, you know what I mean? It'd kill you. That water that them beavers are in, kill you.
Great.
You drink downstream of that, you dead. You did. Yeah, we had a lot of that in Northern California. That's what my uncle had on the side of his Peterbilts, was a big beaver. We were into lumber and...
Well, I don't understand why so they were telling me that they can't trap them, they can only live trap them. And I'm like, what about a fur bearer's license? If you get a fur bearer's license, I don't know why you can't trap them. You can trap everything else. A fur bearer, that's what a beaver is. That's how they make cowboy hats. You call a 4X beaver an 8X, 12X beaver. It's beaver, folks. Cowboy hats are made of beaver. So now that when they won't let them trap them, that doesn't add up to me. I don't know why you can't get a fur bearer's license and put this kiboshki to them.
Here again, we've got to have people with common sense, down to earth, actual experience. You know, they know they're in the environment. Those people need to be in the political atmosphere. Those are the people, and they don't want anything to do with it. They don't want anything to do with politics. Although they would probably be the perfect people to show up. But typically you get a politician shows up because they have some kind of hidden agenda or some kind of ego thing they need. And that's where we're at nowadays.
Well, I mean, there's definitely all of that, but part of it too is just it's lack of common sense.
Well, they don't have it. They don't have the hands-on
Like
experience.
I said, the beaver ponds are cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. When you walk up to them and fish in them and all that, they're cool.
Yeah.
But as far as if you're talking about bettering irrigated ground, it doesn't do that because you can't get the water off of it. How are you supposed to dry it up? Well, the beaver pond's just running it out where it's not supposed to go, and you can't stop it.
Well, if you get some kind of rapport with the beaver, you know, some kind of communications.
Yeah, it's called a 30-06.
and you get a rapport with them, and you start communicating with them.
Pretty hard to get a fur bearer's license though with a big ass hole in them, but if it was mine, I'd thin them right out.
It'd already be done.
I wouldn't mess with the DOW, none of that.
None of it. No.
But luckily, I don't have any beavers, so I don't have to worry about it personally.
But no, that's what
It was
backhoes are
custom.
made for.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, you can tear them the dams out.
They'll rebuild them just about as
right back.
next morning. You
Yeah.
got you a dam.
You got to get rid of them.
Yepers. But yeah, all in all, hopefully we get some more snow. We need to be thinking about.
I don't think that we're getting any snow. When I looked on it by Tuesday, it's supposed to be back to almost 60. So
Yeah. Well, we ain't got into March yet.
it ain't long. It ain't far.
No, I mean, we might have to put a call into Bill Gates. Hey, Billy, we gonna need us a little more snow up in here, boy.
Call a Bill Gates, ring a bullet through his head.
Well, all that manipulation and what's going on, I mean, it's trying to take all the nature out of the equation. They worship the work of their hands. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I'm glad I got a good well and good dirt, and we'll see how she goes.
Yeah,
So what was we speaking about tonight? What were we getting on to? Some of the voting stuff? Where you go? What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm so distraught over all this bullshit. I don't know what to think personally. But
And most people are. A lot of people are just overwhelmed with all of it.
I mean, yeah, we were talking about what they found in Georgia. I mean, all the so many illegal ballots that the watermark's not there, and they're all for Biden. I mean, and then whatever you said, Nick Shirley found, and then one of the strangest things I seen, they had the Democratic National Party, or you got to show your ID to get in there, but they don't want to show their ID at the voting booth. Like, man, you guys are. I mean,
Hypocrisy is
we're
neck deep.
We're on to you now, right? We know that you you're not just stupid. You got a plan.
They're intentional.
Yeah, you're stupid, but you got a plan behind being stupid, so you're stupid and have a stupid plan, which makes you twice as dangerous.
Double dumb.
Double dangerous.
Double dumb and double. Well, the thing is the American people better wake up. If you think what we've got here, you just take it for granted. There's been a lot of bloodshed for this country, and I know it's been manipulated by the warmongers and people in charge of the money. We've been played like a yo-yo. But at the end of the day, it's ripe for the time to be taking stuff back. We need to get back. We need to get our country back and get it healthy, the way it's supposed to be. Carry your own water. Feels good to give. teach children that, they have they got that God stuff built in them. You got to program them to be a butthead. You got to make them be a stupid ass. And that's where we've been with the school system. But yeah, I mean, the voting thing that's completely getting exposed. I mean, California's got one hell of a deal going on there.
Well, the sad part is it's been exposed the whole time. It's just what we talked about last week, and what scares me the most, and I've been expressing my concern, is there's no penalty. There's no consequence, and there's no justice. When you can cut up little kids and eat the sons of bitches and scare them to death and drink their blood, and there's nobody getting arrested or hung, right? If you start hanging these sons of bitches, it'd slow them right down. Oh, you can't do that. Well, you can go piss on yourself too and see how far that gets you, because that's where we're at, folks.
It's everything to keep myself in.
And I hate to be so crude, but I have no humor whatsoever for this.
None.
I mean, you think that I'm making this up? I mean, all the stuff that's coming out in these Epstein files, it's coming out now. I mean, there's a bunch of photographs. But Mikey sent me a thing. That's kind of crazy.
Well, it sure makes Jesus real.
Says they're falling faster than we can count. In the last 72 hours, Leslie Wexner, the billionaire founder of Victoria's Secret, was subpoenaed. He will be disposed by the House Oversight Committee. He gave Epstein power of attorney over his entire $5 billion fortune. He built Epstein's $77 million Manhattan mansion. For decades, nobody touched him. Now he's being dragged in under oath. Thomas Pritzker, executive chairman of Hyatt Hotels, stepped down. The Pritzker family is worth $33 billion, one of the most powerful dynasties in America, gone in one day, no warning. That other Pritzker is, I don't know if he's the governor or what.
Of Illinois.
Yeah. That's them, Pritzker.
Absolutely.
Biggest crooks around, man.
No. All of this is, we're starting to see just how devilish it is, how these people cabal up. Casey Wasserman, chairman of the 2028 LA Olympics. The mayor of Los Angeles publicly demanded his resignation. The man chosen to represent America on the world stage is an Epstein associate. UK police now investigating private flight records at Stansted Airport after the files revealed Epstein flew in and out of Britain dozens of times. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown flagged it. Scotland Yard is moving. There's 180,000 images. It's not just emails and stuff. 180,000 images. The New York Times confirmed yesterday the Epstein files contained an estimated 180,000 photographs. Not documents or emails, but photographs of what, of whom, and of what rooms or what islands. They haven't told us yet, but Trump's DOJ has them. And Bondi says more is coming. That's the problem I have. Pam Bondi isn't worth... She ain't worth a half a pound of owl shit, man. And neither is Kash Patel. If they were, these people would be in handcuffs and they would be facing the electric chair. You just don't kill that many people. You just don't cut little kids up and drink their blood full of adrenochrome without penalty, folks. Oh, but we're going to put it to them. When? After it's too late? After we lose the midterm, they get the House and the Senate, get enough, and impeach Trump, and it's all done. Gone. Our only chance to ever get humanity back is so close to tipping off the edge of the damn table. You folks do not understand how close it is to doomsday here. They're drinking these little kids' blood, and we ain't doing nothing about it. Nothing! Well, there's some people doing something.
But
there's some stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, it's a bunch of talking. Oh, we got all the proof. We got the pictures. But who do you see at the electric chair? Nobody. Who do you see in handcuffs? Nobody. When? Oh, Pritzker stepped. Oh, I stepped down. I still have $33 billion. Shit, if it was you, they would rail you to the damn wall and take everything you got. Seize every asset you got. Seize your property, your trucks, everything.
In here again, it's like all of them.
It is.
It's like all of them.
That's why I don't have a whole lot of faith in.
So if
What's going on
here
here,
again,
because-
the proof of the pudding's going to come out here.
The problem is all of the people in the Justice Department are all compromised. The top 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 people, FBI, DOJ, Attorney Generals, the whole 9 yards, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, Patel, all the rest of them compromised. So how are we ever supposed to get anything done?
They're already, they can't do anything. Anything they do, anytime they go like that, it goes boom to them.
Sorry.
So
Hey,
here,
not my fault, not my problem that
Here-
you're a no good, worthless son of a bitch. Ain't my fault you put yourself in that way. If you had a half a nutsack, you'd stand up and be a martyr about it. No, I'm going to take the long way to hell.
well, that's the concern that a lot of Americans
I
have.
understand, but I don't care.
Oh, no, here again.
It doesn't. You're going to go to hell one way or another, Cash. It's either your family or just wait till the end. You're going one way or another, man, because you can't do this. You think you're saving yourself and your family, but you're not. Time to stand up, man.
Well, the American public that I know, if some heads don't get on the ground here pretty soon, it won't matter.
Well, that's where I'm
It's
at.
not. It ain't going to matter, Stephen.
I know that the proof is out there, and I know that people are working hard.
That's why Trump was trying to keep
But
this thing from going out.
They're cock blocked. Yeah, and that's so much bullshit too. Oh, the country will fail if we let it out. Yeah.
No,
the country ain't already failed anyhow because it's the way it is. You're eating little kids.
So he already knew about it. They all knew.
Yeah, and
for
to,
years.
to try
for
to
10 or 20
to
years.
try to say that, well, we can't let it out or the stock market will crash or America or whatever. Man, let that shit seek its own level.
Yeah.
Cut the head off and let it.
Let's figure it out from there.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Now, I think the cream will rise to the top. I mean, let's go ahead and get it done.
If Trump loses the midterms, we're in bad trouble, folks. And he is not. It is not looking good because when you look at Mark Mitchell from Rasmussen polls, what he's telling us, and I mean this is the most credible pollster out there. Trump's rating has dropped significantly because he can't keep none of these promises. You got Susie Wilds in there telling him you got to get rid of Elon Musk. When Trump's rating was the highest was when Doge was in there making all these cuts. And now what happened? Oh no, Elon Musk is our enemy. Get him out of there. And nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. And so these younger generation of people that don't really care about Trump, what they care about is the justice. They want stuff to go right. He ain't doing what he said he would do. And I'm one of them. Even though I'm not the younger one, I'm pissed because they ain't doing what they said they would do. Where's Doge? What are they doing trying to cut the money out of? Look at the fraud that's going on in Minnesota. I mean, you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars.
You're probably talking trillions. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Trump is the best man for the job, but boy, the people that surround him 10, 15 spots down the line are all compromised. And he don't see it. That Todd Blanche, Trump thinks Todd Blanche is the best thing since sliced bread because he got him out of trouble with Mar-a-Lago. The thing was that he was never in trouble in the first place.
Right.
Oh man, that was great. You did good. Well, Trump, you didn't need Todd Blanche to do it. He's just playing you like a fiddle, boy. Comey, Letitia James, all this bullshit. Can't even get Don Lemon to get it any time or nothing. Oh, we got indictments. Oh, hell out the door. It's weak, man. So, I mean, do I know what to do? Yeah, I do know what to do. Look at your frickin' property tax tag here, folks. And then tell me, if you like that, then don't show up to the caucus. If you don't like it, then do show up to the caucus and vote for Taylor and his delegates. And his PCPs, because we are here to do something about this. Bill Canada, Billy Bob Biden, you're a cheapskate son of a gun, buddy. You're still a weakling son of a gun because you will never come on here like you told me you would. And you're up here telling Taylor that we're trying to take over the Republican Party. Well, yeah, we are, buddy, because you are not representing us properly. If you was taking care of the business, I wouldn't have to do it. But yeah, we're going to do our best to try to get control of this mess before you all tax us completely out of oblivion. And you think you're going to get this new Justice Center going? You got the audacity to tell us, well, we're just going to keep doing it till you finally relent. We ain't relenting. And Barthrop and Bill Canada, you can go to hell. We ain't relenting.
Well, there's just two of them. I went to that meeting on the and it's courthouse now. It ain't got nothing to do with the sheriff's department. It's just a courthouse. But it's as much or more than the original deal. And here they are. Oh, you wish you'd have done it before. It's like we don't need it now, and we didn't need it then. And here again, the two people that got involved in negotiations of the price of the land that we purchased before we even passed it
are still the ones that are still trying to push it.
Those are the only two people. I talked to the other two commissioners. They're going, no.
But they're spineless too, or they would shut it down.
And they
2 to 1. That's why there's 3 commissioners.
They probably are going to shut it down. That'll be a real telltale sign there.
Too late.
Telltale sign. The only way I found out about that meeting was I was watching on YouTube Wednesday the meeting that they were the Custer County commissioners were having a meeting, and old Billy Bob, there was about a 3-second blurb there. We're having a meeting on the courthouse deal at the emergency management building.
If it's so great, Bill, then why?
How come he doesn't have a bunch of people involved?
Yeah. Why you got all the shit hit at your house?
Yeah. Why is it on your home computer?
You guys are crooks, man.
So it's time, folks, for us to stand up here in Custer County. I know the world looks bleak, but we need to focus on
the world is bleak, but at least we can make a difference here at this level.
We need to make a difference right here.
So Taylor has got his Facebook page up. It's Taylor. Mike put it up on the website, so it's here on the Red County Blue Nation. So it's Taylor Lo Presti, the number 4 commissioner. But so we're just now getting started. I mean, I know it's better late than never, folks, but I mean, it's a real challenge here. We don't have any newspapers. We don't have nothing left. And I'm just like, man, if we don't do something, I mean, our campaign, in my opinion, has kind of faltered. We haven't been doing what we need to do. We're trying to round up people to the caucus, but as far as the campaign and the campaign manager and all of that stuff going on, it hasn't really went anywhere. I mean, we're just now getting the Facebook page up, really, and it's 2 weeks till caucus? Like, what the hell is going on here?
So, Steve, why is the caucus so important in what we're talking about? I mean, November is a long ways away, right? When we vote for somebody.
The reason
but
why
I just want that question.
The caucus is so important is because this, number one, is how in Colorado, the Republicans, how that you get on the primary ballot. We will put Taylor on the primary ballot at the county assembly. So it's a 2-part deal, right? We've been talking about this. I mean, we've been saying we're going to do caucuses for dummies, but there's just a lot going on. So, I mean, we got it boiled down, at least in my own mind. I know what to say now, right? So we go to the precinct caucus, which is on March 7th, and we pick the delegates. However many, 10, 11 delegates per district, per precinct, three precincts, the same precinct as the commissioner district.
Yeah.
That stuff's right online, right? You can get on there and figure this out. I mean, you can figure out whether you're registered to vote or not, If you're not already registered Republican to vote by now, you're out, right? The timeline is done.
Your 22 days is expired.
Yeah, that was last Friday.
Right, and it was actually Thursday because the courthouse closed on Friday. So anyways, if you weren't registered 22 days before as a Republican, just go ahead and just take us off your list with the caucus and just show up to vote in the primary in the general.
But what you don't understand, and everybody's like, well, I'm independent. Independent's where it's at. Well, independent don't know shit because they don't get it on the caucus.
You don't get involved.
You don't get to choose who gets on the ballot.
Yeah.
So independents think they're all high and mighty, but they're actually not, because they're not making that initial choice. The other part, what's so important about the caucus and where we're going and why Bill Kanda and Ann Barthrop and everybody is scared to death, as they should be, because they're not representing us properly in the Republican Party. The Republican Party has not been running right since Jack was forced out.
I'll tell you what, I think your mother and Mary Seifert, there was a team of solid people up here, and nobody's taken the helm when they're not here, except Annie Oakley. Ann has seen an opportunity, and she is absolutely thinks she's Queen Latifah.
Well, and she knows she's in trouble because here's the scenario, folks. And this is why they're so scared. This is why Bill Canda's telling Taylor, well, they're trying to get a hostile takeover. Steve and Jimmy are trying to take us over. Bill, we're not trying to take you over. We're going to replace you because you're not doing your job, bud. That's all it amounts to. It has nothing to do. You think that I want to do it? You're out of your mind. I'd rather be watching TV than this. Get my blood pumping? Shit, man. Stress is, it's already a proven factor. Stress is so hard on your hippocampus that it makes you forget everything. And you bastards got me so stressed out that I can't hardly think straight. But I refuse to back down because I know that we're right. You can't force us to put in a $20 million jail that nobody wants. Why would you want it anyhow? So you can have a bunch of criminals? We'll send them all to your house, Bill, and they'll break into your house, Ann. We're going to send them there first to rob you first!
Well, and that's what it comes down to. I don't believe that they can think outside of, hey,
all they can think of is they're getting paid. Folks, we've talked about this so many times. There is no other reason why they would keep pushing unless they are getting paid. They already got paid. They're leveraged out. They're going to get paid more, whatever the case is.
It's the land. I mean, they pretty much said, we'll make you do this because we're buying the land. And they paid, what, 5 times the amount? 4 times? 6 times?
I mean, depending on how you want to take the tax break and all of that shit, I mean.
Anyways, they had an opportunity to maybe even lock in a contract and say, wait a minute. An expectation is if it makes it through the ballot, then we'll buy the property.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything of that nature. There's no minutes of the discussion. None of our business was done.
No, and rest is, you know.
I've had enough. I'll tell you right now. You people better show up. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you think your property tax is high right now?
You better show up.
Go ahead and put another $20 million on there. Hell, your property tax is probably looking to triple. And they say they're going to do it. Well, we'll just do it by the sales tax. Oh, yeah, it's already 8-9%. Hell, you want it the highest sale tax in Colorado? We've already went through this.
And here again, our property taxes, and I was trying to tell everybody, they raised the property taxes. I know you didn't get it last year. It's coming this year. Now you open it up, and it's like $700-800 more. This is not a Republican conservative leadership. This is an absolute rhino listening to Polis.
Listen, and Ann is at the center of all this. And I know a lot of people don't think that's the case, but you look what's going on with Lisa Kidwell at the clinic.
I don't give a shit what they think.
Everybody,
if they didn't put the time in, then they don't even know. But Ann Barthrup and that little group is so much like this. I went to the meeting the other night. I drove all the way into town to go to the meeting.
And I told you, I bet $1,000 that
you
they wouldn't have the meeting.
And I went there because I said
they had an executive meeting. They broke the bylaws.
Bylaws.
We're not even really. I mean, this is kind of undercover stuff, right? We got a plan for Annie Oakley.
Yep.
And Billy Boy Biden.
These people are.
You're out, man. You have done run roughshod over us long enough.
I'm done.
I am. I'm beyond pissed.
And that's why I'm being proactive. And the amount of time and Facebook messaging and calling you folks, and you know who you are, and you're excited because you're going like, yeah, we didn't know, we didn't have no idea, because the PCPs, we're consolidating emails in precinct 1, precinct 2, and precinct 3, so that when there's an issue that does come up, we can send that to you right away and involve you in your politics, because we the people, the Constitution starts off, we the people, we got to get involved. That's why we're being so proactive in making things happen.
Back to trying to get off the rants because we're so upset, but back to why the caucus is so important. Number one, it's the primary way to get our candidate on the ballot. Number two, it's how the precinct committee people are chosen. So the PCPs are chosen on the even year, and they're chosen at caucus. And the committee, the central committee, is chosen on odd years. So next year in February, then that's when their vote comes up. But this year, the precinct committee people the vote will be at the caucus, folks.
And there's 6 of them.
There's 6 of them, 2 per precinct, right?
2 per precinct.
We've been talking about this a long time. If you don't have it figured out now, boy, I don't know if you'll ever will, right?
Just show up and you don't need to even think. Just show up. Show up at 12 o'clock, 12:30. Get your ass in the door before it locks, and hang on.
We don't want to try to play this game well. Listen to us, but everybody is so concerned with, well, I don't have time, and if you can show me, and we will show you. That's why the delegates are we're working on who the delegates are. We don't have that chosen
I'm
yet.
a delegate in precinct 1. Right here. I done lifted my hand up and said, yes, I will. Absolutely. And I want that email list. And you folks know that I've called and contacted. I'm here to intercede. That's the first collection of the voice of the people in the county, and that's my duty. And I feel like since I've been here, that has never that
has never happened that way.
It's never happened.
Well, and that was the old guard, like Chuck Steigerwald and them guys. They didn't no more reach out and try to represent the public ever. The only way I ever figured it out at the first time, like I said, was I seen it in the newspaper when they tried to get. I went in there to see what the hell was going on, and then that whole debacle went down where.
Oh, at the library.
No, at the courthouse.
Oh, at the court. Oh my goodness, that was a real humdinger there.
When Lisa Kidwell stood up there and said, "Well, Jack Canterbury is the greatest thing since sliced bread," and a year later you're trying to say how he abused you and how he slandered you and all the while you and your girlfriends make up a line of bullshit about John Rusher, y'all ought to be strung up for that shit.
Well, that's
what you girls did to John Rusher is completely unacceptable.
That's going to be line itemed, and it's going to be broadcasted.
You backed him down, but you ain't backed me down because you can't. There's no way you don't have no leverage on me, and that's why y'all are going down, because you're not representing us. You're not representing me, Nikita. Don, you know better than that. That's why I've heard that you're not even running again. As you shouldn't, because you have no business. All you want to do is follow Lisa around instead of representing me. You want to follow Lisa around like you think she's your friend. She ain't your friend. She ain't nobody's friend. She's a conniving, using person. That's what she does. What's going on at the clinic? I mean, everybody's like, yeah, she does a great job. That's bullshit. Hell, we got firsthand knowledge.
That'd be a
People that work there are talking about there ain't even the transition between the rooms and the halls ain't even done.
That's going to be a next week issue, I'm thinking. If we can discuss that a little bit and shed some light on that. I mean, that's what this is about.
We've been going to do this for a whole year, but I don't have the time to dig into the hospital thing, and it is so elusive, and everybody, it's almost as bad or worse than the Justice Center. They don't want you to know what they're doing. That mill levy, they got $1.3 million, and yet they're over here bitching and moaning that nobody can run down on what the hell's the highway to
50?
120? No, I went over to Rye.
Oh, 165.
165, right? We're supposed to maintain that. Well, Florence says now they won't. Westcliff says we won't either. We got $1.3 million, but we can't even make an ambulance run down there? Like, and a lot of people are complaining about the health care at the clinic. I mean, in my opinion, when Heart of the Rockies took it over, the care went up substantially. I mean, I don't know because I don't go in there. I take my dad in there some. He gets along pretty good. That's all I know. I've heard a lot of bad stuff about them. If they know you, take care of you. If they don't take care of you for shit.
Damn near killed my wife.
They're getting so much money from Heart of the Rockies and that whole thing. I mean, they're so busy that Dr. Stevens can't even take any new patients. That's how busy they are. And we're still feeding them $1.3 million. We're feeding the library $329,000. What are they doing? I know they're not buying books. What are they doing with that money?
Maybe they have some pedophilers up in there, reading short stories to our children. I don't put nothing past nothing. I can't be everywhere all the time. That's God's job. But I'm going to tell you right now, folks, if there ever was a time to get involved,
I don't know why there's a mill levy on Round Mountain either.
We need to have a come to Jesus meeting. I mean, we all need to come down here and sit down and say, well, what is the common sense? What are we doing here? Why? But we don't do that. We just sit there, oh, they'll take care of it. We're making plenty of money. We just keep paying it. No. That ship sailed. We need to be individually watching what's going on with everything. I remember going to that school. When I found out Common Core was in there, it didn't take me. I said, the next meeting, I'll be there. I'm done. You do not take my energy, my time, my money, and use it for a satanic ritual. You don't do that. Sorry, you do not do that. And it was a very blessed time. And a lot of people got woke up to they woke up.
They're still doing it. I mean, ain't nothing changed. Common Core is still right at the center of everything at the school here, folks. And if you don't think that's the case, then, I mean, it's that same thing. Why did they get in lawsuits? Because they're doing stuff behind closed doors. That's why they have the Sunshine Law, because it's public business, not private business.
Sunshine. Got to come to sunshine.
I mean,
that's why we have
the school thing for me is too big to even talk about. I mean, I went through a lot of training. I know what the school system is, and it ain't no good, right? My only thing is luckily, I mean, I got grandkids and they're in Canyon school, right? So which ain't no better. But I mean, what do you do? There's nothing at this point. First things first is get Taylor and the PCPs. At least we can begin to try to take
that's
this
the
county
focus.
back.
Yep, absolutely, Steve. I'm going to agree with you on that 100%. We've got to show up the caucus. We need to go through the caucus. It's not for just this time. It's for in the future. And you younger folks in your 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, you need to show up.
You should
get a little experience.
It's 2 hours twice. It's 2 hours once every 2 years. I mean, come on.
So that's
Do
where
you
I'm going to
give
go.
a shit about anything?
On my Facebook page, that's
Look at your freaking property tax and then tell me what you think. That's what the whole campaign is all about now. Finally letting a fire under y'all's ass. Shit sucks, don't it? Property tax, boy. Hell, mine went from $1,300 to $2,500.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And everybody was going, it never went up, Jimmy. I said, well, it's not going up until next year. Well, here it is. Hello? You got to get, I don't know. I don't even know what to even think anymore.
All I know is nobody pays attention until they start hitting their pocketbook, and that's where it's
And then
at.
it's typically
So
too late.
We got a couple weeks left, so we're going to put our campaign together. I mean, I know it's better late than never, right? But Mr. Mike is a wizard at what he's doing.
He is Mike Boring. Thank you so much.
We got this deal put together. I mean, everybody else, in my opinion's dropped the ball. Except for right now, I'm like, there's no papers, there's nothing, right? I mean, in the paper, we put an article in the Tribune. All the people that read the Tribune are not registered Republicans. They're just not. They're left-leaning. They're left-leaning, Jordan, no matter what you say, buddy. That's just a fact. I mean, you're not a hardcore Republican newspaper. That's just, you can look at that by your subscribers, bud. And regardless, what we need are people to show up to the caucus and show their disapproval by showing up.
It's a closed meeting to Republicans. It's a closed meeting. You have to make sure you were absolutely a Republican 22 days before the caucus.
Yeah, and it's like we've talked about.
And when the
this
door shuts at 1 o'clock.
We talked about this so much. Like, if you don't have it now, I mean, I don't think a shovel over the head's going to do you any good. But look at your property tax and then see if anything's beginning to ring.
Well, I mean, here again, you got people in high places, and there's only a handful of people, the cabal that runs
Bill
this
Canada
place.
is over here saying we're going to keep doing this till you people give in.
So
why would we want to give? Why would we want that?
Why are we doing that? I mean, Billy Bob.
Taylor's been doing a lot of research on the criteria of what happens in prisons. The turnover's real high. The people that are incarcerated, their folks and their friends come to town. I mean, there's nothing good about it.
Oh, the impact, the impact to our community is too. You can't even fathom it.
And besides that, you can't even pay for the jail we have. So what makes you think about building it? It's like you can't put damn. You got an all right. It's a rusted out 20-year-old Chevy, or whatever. But you can't afford to put gas in it. So let's get a Lamborghini. You can't afford gas for the Chevy. What makes you think the Lamborghini doesn't come with gas, folks?
Well, they're
This $18 million Justice Center does not come with operating expenses included.
Well, they're pushing just for the courthouse. They're pushing now just for the courthouse. And the smirk and the arrogance that took place, that meeting wasn't even advertised. Lucas asked me, how did you find out about it? Because my happy ass was there.
John Price is the one who told me about it.
So where I found out about it, well, I was watching the Custer County
they have
commissioners.
They have to tell you about it, and they did. It's just so
subtle.
Yeah, unless you're really looking for it.
That's why those emails, Precinct 1, Precinct 2, Precinct 3, and your PCPs
and
are so important, because you can be told about an issue, and you can show up and voice your opinion.
And you got a good point there, but to me, if you had legitimate people running it, you wouldn't need that shit.
And you wouldn't.
And so that's where
But you could be there to encourage them.
That's where the town hall comes in. So Mr. Vogelsong, he wanted to do that, but after he got elected, then too busy or too much time or too much effort or whatever.
No, Vogelfold. No.
But
Vogelfold.
Taylor, we've already discussed this with Taylor in depth. I mean, it's going to be interactive with him. So everybody, we're going to have these just like the beavers when they're trying to tell him, well, hell, it's good for the irrigated ground. And I'm like, no, it's not, Taylor, because you can't take the water off. And what you're doing is you're stealing the water. You're stealing the water and putting it on ground that it doesn't belong to and taking it from the people that own it. It's against the law, folks.
I'll be right back. Oh, 2 seconds. Well, no, that's what you need to harp on that, Steve.
And that's where we're going with Taylor. Taylor's transparent enough that he wants to do a good job for the constituents instead of having his own agenda. Bill, for Christ's sakes, buddy, we don't need, and we're not going to do the Justice Center. You just keep messing around a little bit here. Give us another 4 or 5 or 6 months. We'll find an attorney that's going to find a loophole in this son of a gun, and either we're going to end it or we're going to make Chet Hagen Trust give us our money back. That's what's going to happen here, folks. It's so shady. The way that they did the business dealings, who they did the business dealing with, a convicted felon for this exact same thing. Mike Haga is a convicted felon. And we're not trying to put him down. I don't even know the guy. All I know is that he is. And Ann Barthrop made the deal with him. And Ann and Bill are arguing to each other. No, I made the deal. No, I made it. No, me. Well, you're both so guilty that it stinks. And it's over. We've had enough. We're going to show up to the caucus and show you that we have had enough. You think that it's a hostile takeover? It's not a hostile takeover. This is what happens when you do not perform correctly to the constituents. You are replaced. You are voted out and replaced. That's why we have votes. The only thing, Bill, you are is better than little Debbie. You're better than Deb Adams, but barely, bud. That's all that you got. That's all that's left of your legacy. It was you were better than Deb Adams. Ridiculous, man. And you think you're up here you're gonna slander? You're gonna slander me in front of Taylor Lo Presti? Dumbass. What's the matter with you, man? Think you're all high and mighty, but you ain't. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're delirious about it, man. This power deal's got you, you're drunk.
Very, very few people have kept abreast of the facts and watched how this thing evolved.
Well, yeah, and because hell,
nobody's got the time.
When we vote it down, it's like, well, I voted it down. What do you mean it's on the ballot again? It's the 3rd time, right? We've been saying it was 2 times, folks. It's actually 3 times we voted this son of a bitch down. They're trying to get us to go for the 4th time. And Bill is over here telling us, we're going to keep doing this till you go ahead and concede. Dude, we're not going to spend that kind of money. The other problem is, too, is Ann's mom, Ann Wilson, she's one of the main ones that got the school in here. And the problem is that a lot of people that vote for that are not property taxes. They're renters, so they don't pay property tax. It seems all fine and dandy if you don't have to pay.
Once you start seeing the particulars and how things are manipulated, you'll wake up. But you need to do that on your own. You need to do the figuring.
Open up your your property tax appraisal from Virginia here at Trujillo and tell me about it, folks.
You need to carry your own water.
I mean, if you don't give a shit, then fine, right? If you got that much money that it doesn't bother you, then go read the Tribune, right? Or do whatever. But for the rest of us, we're not going to put up with it. We don't need it. We don't want it. It doesn't make any sense. It's just like the beavers. It's just like the wolves. It doesn't make sense.
The people that are don't have firsthand consequences with these decisions that these people make, whether it's the wolf or the beaver. They don't have firsthand consequences. They make decisions based on something they have no idea about. They make decisions,
That's part of where the
and that's where we're at.
it's the best system in the world, folks, but it by far is not perfect. Just like what my dad is so uptight, he said, these son of a bitches that's got a $2 million house and 35 acres and 2 or 3 horses so they get ag status is not fair. But it's the law, right? They're able to get ag status because we got a couple horses, blah, blah, blah. So their property tax is only about a third of whatever that should be. They don't know nothing. They don't even know how ag is spelled.
And here again, that's partly,
And I'm sure a lot of people's probably going to be upset at me, and I don't give a shit. Right? I know what ag is because I've been doing it my whole life. I've worked my finger to the bone doing this stuff. And y'all come in here and then you think you can just, right, I mean, I get it. It's the law. And it's not perfect, right? I mean, there's nothing perfect about America, but it's still the best country in the world.
and it takes ethics. It takes moral conduct. Freedom without good ethics and moral conduct is what we've got now. What we have is
It's what we've talked about so many times. There's no penalty for lying and thieving.
so we've got to get back to the law, and that's where I believe this administration, as bad as it looks, Stephen, I guarantee you, I feel I see it. But when you have tens of thousands of people that have broke the law, they're stacked up. I mean, it is stacked up. You only have so much manpower. You only have so many judges. You only have
The problem is,
good God, it is a train wreck.
If you would make an example out of one of them instead of making an example out of a white male,
Right. You would damn sure deter a whole bunch of this bull.
you string a couple of them up in public square. I mean, that's what Royce White's talking about. He's running in Minnesota.
Amen.
He's an ex-basketball player, and he knows what the deal is. He said, hell, hang 'em high, boys.
Hang them high.
And do I particularly, I mean, I damn sure don't want to see no public execution. He's like, hell, we ought to sell tickets because we'd make a shitload of money. Personally, I don't want to see that. I wouldn't go if I could, personally. But that's not the nature. We know human nature. Look at the way they used to do it in the Wild West. Hell, people gather from miles around to see somebody stringing up on a rope. Sick, in my opinion, it's sick. It's mentally disturbing to even want to see that personally, is where I'm at. But I can guarantee you that if we would string some of them up, the people behind them, they would think twice about next time they go to drinking adrenochrome.
Well, I'm going to probably disagree with you wholeheartedly on not witnessing the life go out of somebody that's taken the life out of so many other people. As a Christian man, I look at that and I'm thinking, yeah, somewhere along the line, we've got to get hard. We've got to here. Oh, it just reminded me of a story.
It is
hard times. Hard times make
I
hard
don't
men.
want to see it.
We didn't hear again.
I'm not going to judge another man. That's for the man upstairs. Judge not, ye ye be judged. So if you want to watch it, that's your business. I'm just saying I don't want to, and I wouldn't.
And here I'm going to raise my hand right here. The judgment that I judge with is the judgment that I believe God is involved in. Period. I don't have a problem being a man saying, yeah, you're going to kill our women and children. You're going to come in here and pollute our lifestyle. No, all you are is in rebellion to Christ. Yep, there you go. I don't have a problem with it. But I was raised a little tough. I was raised pretty tough. I've seen some shooting and some killing. I've been involved in stuff.
To me, it has nothing to do with tough. It has to do with vengeance.
Nothing to do with vengeance.
Vengeance is where it's at. You want to see him die because he made other people suffer. That's vengeance.
Nope.
It is in my mind.
Well, no, and you could, I like this. Absolutely. So if that's where you're at, I'm not. No, that's not
Somebody
even close.
else is going to hang him up. That's why I would never want to be a law enforcement official. I would never be a cop. That's my personality. I don't want to get after you for doing something wrong. I can barely keep track of myself. All I care about is myself. I don't care. Now, if you come into my house and you violate my space, then it's a whole different story. But I'm not going to go to a public hanging and watch a criminal get hung.
When you come into my country, you don't need to come into my house. You come into my house, you got a real big problem. You come into my county and you start acting stupid, that you got a big problem. The state's a little bit bigger. And I don't care about me. Me is over here. That's the difference between selflessness and selfish. My thing is you will not continue to invade and undermine our culture. That's not what this is about. You're not coming in here, and the Muslims are a big deal.
Well, that's what I've been saying the whole time. So it looks to me like the only solution is war. So I'm just saying, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You ain't going to get it done at the courthouse, or they'd already be doing it.
So here's
You're going to tell me Pritzker?
Here's the first war. The first war is civil, and it's spiritual, and it's invisible, and it's principalities against principalities. There's no doubt about it. But you try to do that civilly. You try to do that the best you can in the law. Now, when that fails, and our forefathers told us,
I'm just saying.
our forefathers made it real clear.
I'm not the law dog, and I don't want to be. That's where I'm at. Somebody else can. Somebody else that has an ego that wants to impress their will on somebody else, you can be the cop, not me. That's where I'm at. I would never want to be a law dog, ever. It's not my personality. I don't want to inflict I am better than you, so I'm going to inflict my will on you. You're a bad boy. Not me. I'm just, my mind doesn't work that way. I want to do righteous. I don't want to reprimand somebody. But if you come in my circle, that's a different story. And I totally agree with you. I mean, they are in our country. But they're not right here in front of me right now, or we would have a problem.
Absolutely. And an ounce of prevention to me is worth a pound of cure. And they're passing stuff in Texas right now because there's, 2 million Sharia law type people. They're making whole developments, naming names of the street after these people. This is in Texas. We got a real problem on our hands here,
That's
folks.
That's what happens when you're a complete libtard. Hell, you think the Beavers are bad? Let a bunch of Muslims in here. It's the same thing, folks. You're not paying attention to the mechanics of the situation. These people think you're an infidel. They will eventually exterminate you. That's what Muslims do.
That's the whole thing going on in Iran right now.
Yeah, like I said, I'm glad that in my world, I don't have to deal with that right now. There's no Sharia law right here in Custer County yet. But I guarantee you, if you come in my house, dude, you're gonna weigh a hell of a lot more when you get out of there, because your ass gonna be carrying a lot of lead.
You be laying lead heavy.
So far beyond serious that you have no idea where I'm at with it, right? You just don't understand, folks, the gravity of what I'm talking about. You do not understand, trust me.
So at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is keep the killing to a minimum. Absolutely. We're trying to handle this thing civilly, with patience and love.
It's really a shitty situation, because the people that we're trying to have compassion for have no compassion for us.
None.
So it's like, here we are, we're trying to play patty cakes at a gunfight. Muslims hate infidels. And if you don't know, folks, you're an infidel. Even if you got blue hair and tits and a wiener, right? You're still an infidel in their mind. They don't give a shit about if you're a tranny or a gay.
Oh, they
gay
won't even
faggot or
tolerate.
none of that
They
stuff.
won't even tolerate that. You can't even drink in public.
Them same people.
You don't even
The
eat
same
pork.
people that are fighting for tranny rights and all of this shit are the same people that think Muslims are fine.
They're protecting them. I mean, it's so upside down, and it's biblical. That's why I don't have any problem with it. I have the capacity and the knowledge to understand what's going on here. I'm not worried even a little bit. When you're in eternity already, and you already made up your mind on who's right and who's wrong, it's all simple. It's all simple. It's not that you're better than anybody. Trust me, I'm not better than anybody. But I guarantee you'll be hard pressed to find my humility, the level of my humility in humanity.
So right now you can click on the link on the website, go right to Taylor's Facebook page. And I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that it has to be this way, but I just don't know how else we're supposed to reach anybody, folks, because we don't have no newspapers. Everybody lives and breathes Facebook, except for me. I mean, there's a couple people that don't, but so the link is on there. We can go right to Taylor's Facebook page. Give us just a few more days. We'll have these QR codes and this other stuff. That all this stuff will be linked about who's going to be his delegates, who's going to be the PCPs. I mean, we're still trying to sort through this, and I know time's getting short. I mean, Saturday is 2 weeks. It's close, right?
Now, Steve,
way closer than what I want to be. But I mean, I can't do it all, folks.
well, we said this 6 weeks ago. Time's short.
And it's
So Saturday.
almost up.
So this Saturday, are we going to have a meeting here?
I mean, I had a meeting last night here, folks, and there was nobody here.
And I didn't show up either. I'm guilty.
Nobody.
I'm already locked and loaded.
Kevin and Cliff were the only people that showed up last night. Taylor came over because I called him. He said, Taylor went to the deal up at, there was some good candidates for the Colorado part, and I'm not sure just what it was, but there was quite a few candidates that traveled up here and were at Pizza Madness last night. Tony's.
Was that for the Ann's deal?
Well, you can call it Ann's deal, but I mean, these are candidates far and above Ann, right? I mean.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying it had to been for, what's her deal down there when she has her little pizza thing?
Liberty Rocks?
Rocks.
I mean, the whole idea is great, but it's like, if you actually give a shit about the people, you would incorporate Liberty Rocks with the Republican Party, but you don't. That's your little moneymaker thing, and you try to,
It's all about that. Otherwise, all these people that I've been talking to, they're like, we don't get any kind of information. We don't have a clue on what's going on. We'd love to be able to give some money. We'd love to be able to support all that, but there's no interaction. And I think it's that courthouse thing that I have pretty good. I think both of us have a pretty good clarity on the dividing thing that's taking place here.
I mean, I said it a couple years ago. The dividing line for me, this whole thing is the courthouse.
Absolutely.
You have the people that want it, which is Ann and Bill, and there are very few people that are trying to follow with them. And then you have the rest of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're trying to get it on the ballot. And they're going to have another meeting. I think it's on the 7th.
4th.
Or it's the 4th. I'm sorry, yeah.
7th is the caucus.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's the 4th. Anyways, they're trying to get this courthouse thing. No jail. It's just a courthouse. This go around. You got to understand that. But Bill's talking about a 2% this tax, and there was a bunch that went on. I took time out of my life and I went to that meeting.
Yeah, you and Cliff were the only ones that went to the meeting.
Yeah, and they waited. They postponed the meeting until Ann Barthrope showed up.
Of course, she's the wheel behind it, folks. And a lot of you don't believe me when I tell you that she's at the root of all of this, but she is. They went through and had a special meeting to vote her the chair of the Republican Party, and then they don't have a regular meeting, so nobody can show up and contest it. But the thing is they broke the bylaws.
I drove.
So it's irrelevant, right? It's like, why do you have laws so Bill and Ann can break them?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we don't have enough people involved.
We're getting there,
and
though.
keep-
And that's
yes, we are.
what we're talking about here, folks. Is there's a lot of good people out here that's so fed up. And the part that irritates me, and don't get me wrong, right? I'm trying to do the best I can to try to facilitate it. That's why
That's why we do what we do.
I give up my place so people can come and gather, so we don't have to try to pay for the all aboard Westcliff or pay for the bowling alley or
And
do
it's
all
convenient. It's right on Main Street. It's 108 Main Street.
I mean, I'm over here trying to do the best I can to get people organized and get people educated enough so they can see what's going on here, so we can make a difference.
And we've had a good team of people that have shown up. But it's not going to be enough. We're going to have the raise of hands, and we're going to have to be able to powerfully take possession of our county.
We don't have to do anything powerfully. All we have to do is do what you're entitled to do as a citizen, and
That's
that is
true.
show up to the caucus and vote. It has nothing to do with power. It has to do with your obligation as a citizen.
Yeah. You can put it in those terms.
It's
Absolutely.
what it is.
Yeah, you can vote.
You need to show up and vote.
You can vote whatever way
Damn
you
sure
want.
run your freaking jap your jaws over it. I don't like the way things are going here. Well, then show up.
Show up, but
One day every 2 years, folks.
we will have a cheat sheet for you. If you don't have the time, you don't understand what all's going on, show up. We need you there, and we'll help you.
And where we're going with this cheat sheet is it's because these are Taylor's delegates. These are the people that Taylor knows he can trust to vote for him.
To get them on the ballot.
That's what this is all about. It's not about tyranny or us telling you what
No,
to do
it
or
ain't.
whatever. This is the people that have volunteered to represent Taylor. And it's also the PCPs are the people that have volunteered to represent the Republican Party.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be doing it. I'm running for PCP in District 3.
And I'm in one.
I don't want to.
I don't either, but I'm gonna raise the standard, and I'm gonna have an outreach program that's efficient. It's just one email that's set up just to communicate with the constituents in my precinct number 1. That's all it is. Where if we have a sludge problem where we're gonna contaminate the whole county with pumping crap out of the trout pond, things of that nature. When we have problems with the school, you need to understand what's going on there. You need to be able to show up. You need a little email to say, hey, a week from now they got a little whoopsie daisy going on, and maybe if that has a little click in you, you might want to show up.
Paul had a pretty good idea, but it's fell through the cracks.
Oh, the town hall?
Yeah, where people can interact so that we know what the business is. They're so gun shy about their behavior that now you can't even go to the commissioners meeting without them getting after you, right? I mean, it's no longer an open forum where you can just go in there. And I mean, they've changed their style, right? They no longer have transparency. That's why they're trying to do this with the Justice Center. And it's so odd to me, like. It's the funniest thing. We're going to stiff arm you and try to hide it from you, but yet you think you're going to get enough people to vote for it? That's what's happened to you, Ann, in the Republican Party and all your people that are in there. You won't reach out to the people and get votes that you need to win, because that's your prerogative. You want to keep this closed down because you know what you're doing is not forthcoming.
It's narcissistic. What she's doing is narcissistic. She don't want anybody involved in what she's doing.
You can't get there without people. You need votes to get there. And that's the only other way to do it is election fraud, right? You got to be fraudulent. And that's what they did by putting her in the chair seat. I mean, the bylaws state that the chairman has to be resigned. And
You
he doesn't-
can't fill the vacancy unless there's a vacancy.
Yeah, and the vacancy doesn't happen until after April 2nd. Zeller doesn't resign till after the 2nd, so there is no vacancy, but they've already had a meeting, put in the new officers, and then when they have the regular scheduled meeting, then there's nobody there.
Well,
That's the
that's
pattern
scheming.
that's the pattern of behavior that they deal with, and that's where I'm going back with my whole thought process of how do you actually expect to carry on without troops? You don't have anybody there to make it happen because you have cut all the people off, and it's like, aren't you smart enough to understand that? Luckily,
I've got a list of names, and I was gonna bring it, and I was gonna read some folks' names off and encourage them to get the other Republicans involved, to kind of leverage our time. We're so busy. We are busy. You and I are busy people. we're busy, busy. Tomorrow's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to dedicate about 16 hours to rallying some troops, Facebook posting, calling phones, and encouraging people, just like Harold Frank had done, to do his deal. So I need people to vote for me in Precinct 1, and I need you to vote for Taylor Lo Presti.
The thing is they're not going to vote for Taylor Lo Presti. What you need to do is vote for the PCPs.
For a delegate. That's what I'm trying to say here.
We're gonna pick our PCPs, and we will vote for the delegates that are going to represent Taylor.
Delegates.
Taylor doesn't get elected until the county assembly, which is 3 weeks later. It's the 28th.
He's not eligible to go on the ballot through the GOP for the Custer County Republican Central Committee.
He has to go through the county assembly, which is not the precinct caucus. The precinct caucus elects the delegates. The delegates then go to the county assembly and elect Taylor at the county assembly. But the PCPs are elected at the precinct caucus. So as soon as the precinct caucus is adjourned, the new PCPs start their job.
Absolutely. And I'm all over that because I want to get people involved in the future of this community and in Custer County. I think we have an opportunity to raise
there's a lot of real good, solid people out there that are like, well, I'm fed up with the Republican Party. I'm going independent. And like I just said, the problem with being independent is that you don't have a voice in the primary.
You neutralize yourself. You're just neutral. You've negated.
You can vote.
You can
vote, but you're voting on what's already been chosen.
You don't
have a choice of what the choice is.
That's a good way to put it.
That is the way it is.
You have the most influence here at the caucus, making the number one this year is to get the PCPs elected, but you also have a huge part in the delegates that are going to put somebody on the ballot. You get the vote to who's going on the ballot. That's pretty monumental. Pretty monumental, folks. What is there, 4 states that have a caucus or something?
Yeah, and I mean, we have what they call an open primary, which is kind of malarkey, right? An independent can vote for the Democrat or Republican, right? And that's why a lot of the Republicans are trying to get that shut down so that independents can't vote. Democrats can't win, just like Jim Austin did.
Right.
You can't win on the Democratic Party, so what you do is you go for a Republican, and really all you are is a rhino. You're a Republican in name only. So you go through the Republican Party to get elected that way because you can't get elected through the Democratic Party. And that's how independents, how they help sway that vote. If it was strictly only registered Republicans voting for Republicans, would make a big difference.
Yeah, it would narrow it down.
It's diluted by Democrats on the other
diluted.
side posing as independents.
Yep.
so they can vote for their their Democratic person that's running as a Republican and try to get them in there. It's a scheme, right? It's not just.
Yep.
And I mean, right now it is the way it is. And until people pay attention, it's going to be the way it is because it takes decent amount of votes to try to switch it. So with all that being said, I mean, I got some other stuff that I got to do this evening. We got to get ready to take care of business that we got to take care of, folks.
We got plenty to do.
Appreciate your time. The time is now. We actually can make a difference. We're not just talking about it. Look at your freaking property tax. Like I said, if you're pissed, which if you're not, all the more power to you. But
That's one of the things we're here for. As a conservative county, high taxes is not the answer here.
The thing is, too, is it's not a one-time deal. They're just going to keep raising it and keep raising it because you put up with the shit.
So getting creative, and not only that, but
And so I took some time, too, right? I mean, I know that you want to just completely abolish property tax. And I looked at what that would actually take. Part of that is a state mandate. There's no way to completely abolish property tax, folks. What we'll have to do is lower the mill levy. We have to lower the mill levy, and we have to get a handle on our spending at the people that make the call, and that's the county commissioners.
absolutely.
They have to get a reins on the spending is where it's going to start. We can't just say, well, we don't want property tax anymore, because it ain't going to work that way. What we got to do is get control of how they're spending it.
The mill levies.
The mill
And
levies.
how they roll.
And
Because everybody was
they
saying,
have to be
oh, my taxes didn't go up like you said they were going to, Jimmy, last year. I said, no, it doesn't activate yet. It's going to activate next year. Now they're going, hey, it happened. I'm like, okay, retard. You need to figure this out. You need to figure it out. I'm not going to do all the figuring. You people better get engaged, because it's coming.
So with that being said, Saturday,
What time?
same as always, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, 108 Main Street, the old Miller Automotive. We're right here just before
Everybody
you get to the
needs to
groceries.
show up because we're still looking for more delegates. We need like 10 to 11 for each precinct or each district.
We've got the flow going, but we do need the community to be involved.
We need another handful of people to show up that want to show up and actually take a position and do something. I mean, I know that a lot of people think, well, I'm too busy. And the thing about a delegate, right? I mean, you can't, to be a delegate, you have to be there for 2 days. You have to go to the caucus and then you have to go to the assembly. So there's actually there's another day there that you have to do to be a delegate, right? You have to set apart 2 days, 2 hours, 2 days, 4 hours every 2 years to do this, right?
And it's pretty...
And I know I know what it is, folks. Nobody's busier than I am. But it's all about what's important. Let's take a look at your property tax and tell me about it. Anyhow, we'll talk to you next week. Godspeed.
Amen.